Hello, fellow travelers. Today we journey to a fascinating land, Armenia. Imagine a place nestled in rugged mountains where ancient monasteries cling to cliffs. Armenia has a very long history. Stories from thousands of years ago are still told here. The people of Armenia are known for their warm hearts and welcoming smiles. They are proud of their culture and traditions. One of the most beloved traditions is making a special kind of bread. This bread is called lavash. It's not just food, it's a symbol of life here. Lavash is a unique bread, wonderfully thin and often very large. You might see it drying on ropes like laundry in the sun. It can be soft and pliable, perfect for wrapping around cheese or herbs, or it can be dried until it's brittle, then stored for many months. This bread has been a part of Armenian life for countless generations. It's baked with simple ingredients but with a lot of love and skill. We are going to explore how this amazing bread is made. We will see the hands that shape it and learn why it means so much to the Armenian people. So, come along with me as we step into an Armenian kitchen. The magic of lavash begins with very simple things. All you need are 3 basic ingredients: flour, water, and a little bit of salt. That's it. This simplicity is part of what makes lavash so special. The flour is usually a good quality wheat flour. It gives the bread its structure and its slightly nutty taste. The water should be clean and fresh. It brings the flour to life, helping to create the dough. And the salt? Just a pinch enhances the flavor. These ingredients are honest and natural. They have been used for thousands of years to make bread. In Armenia, people respect these simple gifts from the earth. They understand that good food starts with good, pure components. There are no artificial flavors or preservatives in traditional lavash. This makes it a healthy choice, a bread you can feel good about eating. It's a food that connects people directly to the land and to the basics of life. Think about how amazing it is that these 3 simple things can create something so delicious. It's a kind of everyday miracle. The quality of the flour can make a difference, of course. Some bakers prefer flour from locally grown wheat. The pure heart of lavash is a beautiful example of this truth. Once we have our simple ingredients, flour, water, and salt, the real work begins. This is where the baker's hands start their magic. First, the flour is usually sifted into a large bowl. This makes it light and airy, ready to absorb the water. Then a little well like a tiny volcano crater is made in the center of the flour. The salt is often dissolved in the water first, or sometimes sprinkled directly into the flour. Then the water is gradually poured into the well. The baker then begins to mix, gently bringing the flour from the sides into the water. They might use their hands right from the start, or they might use a wooden spoon for the initial mixing. The goal is to combine everything until a shaggy dough starts to form. It's a moment of transformation, as dry powder and liquid become something new. Experienced bakers know just the right feel. This is the first step in bringing lavash, a symbol of Armenian life, into existence. After the initial mixing, the dough needs to be kneaded. This is a very important step. Kneading develops the gluten in the flour. Gluten is what makes the dough strong and elastic. This elasticity is crucial for lavash because it needs to be stretched very thin. The dough is turned out onto a lightly floured surface. Then the baker begins to push, fold, and turn the dough. It's a rhythmic, repetitive motion. The baker uses the heels of their hands to press into the dough. They stretch it away from them, then fold it over. They turn it a quarter turn, and repeat the process. This goes on for several minutes, maybe 10 to 15, or even longer. The dough gradually changes. It becomes smoother, less sticky, and more elastic. Once the dough is perfectly smooth and elastic, it needs to rest. The kneaded dough is formed into a ball. It's placed back into a bowl, often lightly oiled and covered with a cloth. The resting period allows the gluten to relax. This resting time can vary from 30 minutes to an hour, or sometimes longer. It ensures the lavash will have the right texture and strength, ready for its fiery transformation in the oven. After the dough has rested, it's soft and ready for the next stage. This is where the real artistry of lavash making shines. The rested dough is usually divided into smaller, manageable pieces. Each piece will become one sheet of lavash. The baker takes one piece of dough and places it on a lightly floured surface. They often use a special thin rolling pin, sometimes long and slender. The goal here is to roll the dough as thinly as possible. We are talking paper thin, almost transparent. This is what makes lavash so unique. The baker works with skill and precision. They roll from the center outwards, turning the dough frequently. This helps to create a large, even circle or rectangle. It takes practice to get it this thin without tearing the delicate dough. You can often see the pattern of the work surface through the stretched lavash. It's amazing to watch how the dough stretches and expands. This thinness is not just for show, it contributes to the bread's characteristic crispness when baked, or its soft pliability if kept moist. This process of stretching the dough so thin is a hallmark of traditional lavash. It's a skill honed over generations. Each sheet is a testament to the baker's dedication. The incredibly thin dough will bake quickly and evenly. Now comes the most dramatic part of making lavash, the baking. Traditionally, lavash is baked in a special underground oven called a tonneer. A tonneer is a large clay oven shaped like a cylinder or a cone buried in the ground. A fire is built at the bottom of the tonneer, heating its clay walls to very high temperatures. This ancient type of oven has been used in Armenia and the Caucasus region for centuries. Baking in a tonneer gives lavash its unique flavor and texture. It's a very quick baking process, often just a matter of seconds. Once the tonneer is blazing hot, the baker takes the thinly stretched sheet of dough. With a swift, practiced movement, the baker reaches down into the hot tonneer. They slap the dough-covered cushion against the scorching inner wall of the oven. The dough sticks to the hot clay. The lavash bakes incredibly fast in the intense heat of the tonneer. Bubbles form on its surface almost immediately. The whole process might take only 30 seconds to a minute. Baking in the tonneer is more than just cooking. It's a tradition that connects Armenians to their ancestors and their land. Lavash is much more than just a staple food in Armenia. It is deeply woven into the fabric of Armenian culture and daily life. You will find lavash at every table, for almost every meal. It's used like an edible utensil, to scoop up food or wrap around delicious fillings like cheese, herbs, or grilled meats. Its presence is a constant, a comforting reminder of home and tradition. Whether it's a simple family dinner or a grand feast, lavash is always there, playing a central role. It's a symbol of sustenance and life itself. This special bread also plays an important part in Armenian celebrations and rituals. At weddings, for example, there is a beautiful tradition. When the newly married couple arrives at the groom's home, lavash is often draped over their shoulders. This is a wish for fertility, happiness, and prosperity for the new family. During holidays and religious observances, lavash often takes center stage. At community gatherings, the act of baking lavash together can be a celebration in itself. The sharing of lavash is an act of communion. Offering lavash to a visitor is a fundamental gesture of Armenian kindness. The act of sharing lavash is deeply ingrained in Armenian hospitality. When you visit an Armenian home, you will almost certainly be offered lavash. It's a gesture of welcome, friendship, and respect. Breaking bread together is a universal symbol of peace and community. And in Armenia, that bread is often lavash. Sharing this thin, delightful bread creates an immediate connection between people. It's a simple act, yet it carries so much warmth and meaning. Family bonds are also strengthened through lavash. The tradition of making lavash is often a family affair. Mothers teach their daughters, grandmothers share their wisdom with granddaughters. Men might help with building and maintaining the tonneer, or gathering wood for the fire. These shared activities create lasting memories and pass down important cultural knowledge. The aroma of baking lavash filling a home is a comforting scent that many Armenians associate with childhood, family, and love. Imagine a group of women gathered around, chatting and laughing as they roll and stretch the dough. This communal aspect of lavash making is very important. It's a time for storytelling, for sharing news, and for supporting one another. Preserving the tradition of lavash making is incredibly important. In a world that is always changing and moving fast, traditions like these are precious anchors. They connect us to our past and give us a sense of identity. Making lavash by hand, using ancient techniques like the tonneer, is a way of keeping history alive. It's a skill, an art form, and a cultural treasure all rolled into one. Each sheet of lavash baked in the traditional way is a victory for heritage against the pressures of modernization. The knowledge of how to make true lavash is passed down from generation to generation. It's not something you can easily learn from a book. You learn it by watching, by doing, by feeling the dough in your hands. This intergenerational transfer of knowledge is vital. It ensures that the skills and the stories associated with lavash are not lost. It's a living tradition, and it needs people to keep practicing it, to keep teaching it, and to keep valuing it. Supporting local bakers who make lavash traditionally helps to keep this flame alive. By showing interest and respect for such traditions, we encourage their continuation. Lavash is more than bread. It's a symbol of Armenian resilience, culture, and warmth.